Welcome guys to the Meet Damien live stream. We got Bitcoin at 89,600 climbing towards 90K right now. The day before Thanksgiving Eve rally going on right now. And man, oh man, oh man. We're seeing some good things here on the charts with Bitcoin being at 89,600. Here on the 1 hour time frame. I'm looking at Bitcoin getting above the 200 moving average in a very clear and convincing fashion. This red line right here was acting as resistance all throughout the week so far. You know, here on Monday, we kind of got up to it at 89,200, but we got rejected. And then we try to come back up to it. And every time we came up to it, we got rejected again. Came up to it, get rejected. Came up to it this morning around 11 a.m. Eastern time. And finally punched through here at 12 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time here. Where could Bitcoin go next? Well, currently it looks like it's trying to head to 90K right now. All right. But we'll zoom out on the charts to find out what the resistance levels might be using the moving averages and the VRVP indicator here. Let's get into the 4 hour time frame. There should be some moving averages above us on the 4 hour time frame, which could show some resistance. We have the 50 moving average on the 4 hour time frame could provide resistance at $93,200 Bitcoin, which is confluent with some of the tops here that we see here on Tuesday, November 18th, and over here on November 19th. We saw Bitcoin at 93K. I think after we get past the psychological level of 90K, we're going to see how Bitcoin handles itself trying to get up to 93K here on the 4 hour time frame. Okay. But zooming out some more, you know, we do see some previous price action here at 96K. 96K is an area that I'm targeting in the short term if Bitcoin's going to continue being bullish. First, let's get past 90K, then 93K, then 96K. As I start to zoom out here, I'm going to show you on the VRVP indicator here, levels to be looking out for with the high volume nodes. And all this is showing here, this is the VRVP indicator here, the visual range volume profile indicator. This is the green and red indicator on the right. And it's just showing you the levels where the most transactions happen at certain prices here. And we can see that the highest volume node here is sitting at 96K, okay? Around 95, 96K is an area where we would expect there to be a lot of resistance since we're below it, okay? When we were above 96K about a month ago, we were expecting it to act as support, but we sliced right through it. Maybe we can slice right through it on the upside to higher prices here for Bitcoin, where we can see Bitcoin probably get up to, if we get past 96K, we'll probably see Bitcoin get up to like 103, 104K, where there's another high volume node sitting above us at that area. And then of course there's some more high volume here at 109, 110K, which is where the 200-day moving average, that red line, is sitting at. So we have some levels to look forward to the upside, where Bitcoin, might take a breather, might take a break. But it looks like, as far as those who are wondering if the bottom is in, it looks like the bottom came in last Friday, right around my birthday. For those who were around on Friday, we celebrated my birthday. Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies decided to go on sale during my birthday as a birthday gift to get some cheaper crypto. And then that's it. Like, we had a nice little hammer candle, sort of, which is a price reversal candle here, where there's a lot of buyers that showed up to buy Bitcoin below 84K here. Okay. Lowest price you could have got was 80,500, and we're now retracing our way back up to higher prices. Also here on the daily time frame, we have the 21 EMA, this white line, sitting at 94,800. That could be another area to look for the the traders that use moving averages. on the daily time frame, that could be where we could get rejected. So I'm expecting, you know, once Bitcoin gets past 90K psychological level, we could punch our way up to 93, 94K and then take a break and then try to make another run up to like 96K and take another break when we get up to that price level. But let me get into the chat here, see what you guys have to say in the chat so far. I see Cameron's in the chat. He said a great birthday treat for Bitcoin to go to 80K. Yeah, actually, I was shorting Bitcoin at the time, so you know, I made some money on my short. I actually cashed out at 82K. I didn't actually buy Bitcoin because I was preoccupied with my birthday celebrations, but I probably should have, right? I mean, well, Bitcoin, I think it got down to 80K like on Friday morning, early in the morning here in the East Coast, so a lot of people were asleep. A lot of Americans were asleep when Bitcoin went to 80K. I saw it go to like 80K when I was right about to go to bed. And then, of course, you know, my birthday was, you know, later on that day, and I did the live stream, and I did get a chance to buy some Bitcoin at lower prices though. I've been buying Bitcoin at 86K, and I also bought some Zcash as a spot bag as well. If we get rejected off of 90K and come down to lower prices, I might try to buy some more Bitcoin below 90K. But I think right now we're trying to hit 90K right now. Like we're only what, $70 away from it. Not the time to be buying Bitcoin right now. A lot of the FOMO, people who are FOMOing it. Yeah, the fear of missing out people are getting into Bitcoin right now. There's also some revenge buyers who are like, oh my god, I thought Bitcoin was going to go to 70K and now here it is at 90K. And they're getting into Bitcoin right now. So, and there's a little bit of that. We all know that we shouldn't be buying green candles like this, especially a nice solid green candle like Bitcoin's getting right now. We look for the red candles to try to get in at decent prices here. But now's a good time to be taking profit for especially the day traders out there. I already took profit on the Bitcoin long. I took profit at 89K, not knowing that Bitcoin was going to try to reach for 90K here, but here we are. Okay, and I'm still in a Zcash long that I think could play out. You know, we'll see how far Bitcoin goes because that should bring Zcash up with it. We'll take a look at some of these other altcoins as well. Just go ahead and shoot away at the request here. You guys want to take a look at some altcoins? I'm ready to look at some altcoins. Skoke Man says, draw a trend line downward from the previous high. Yeah, I could do that, right? It's probably what? It's probably showing that we're breaking out of that downtrend, right? If I, what's to connect the dots here, connect the highs here. I mean, we've already broken out of that downtrend. Looks like we broke out of that downtrend this Monday. Okay, with the lower highs that we were making, now we're starting to make some higher highs here. Okay, would be nice to see if we can get above the high from Thursday when we saw Bitcoin at 93K. That's why I think, you know, there's going to be a little bit of problem for Bitcoin at 93K because there should be some resistance there. If you're inclined to short Bitcoin, I would probably wait for 93K. 90K doesn't really have that much resistance for it. It's just a psychological level. I think 93K is where you probably want to try to enter a short. But I mean, if you want to throw your hat in the ring and see if you can short 90K, by all means go ahead and do that. But, you know, not financial advice, but I think 90K is just a psychological number. There's really nothing to it. 93K is where the real action is going to be at. Let's see, Damien, don't need me to scam you. Yeah, I'm watching the price pretty good right now, Laureen. $89,900 Bitcoin. I see Laureen wants to take a look at Dash though. We'll take a look at Dash as one of the requests here. I also want to take a look at Zcash. And let's see what Skogman says. He's short Bitcoin and Ethereum. You're shorting it right now? Oh, okay. I mean, it's just a psychological number. There are some actual levels to look for, you know, besides the psychological numbers here. There's some influencers that are expecting Bitcoin to go down to 74K. I know there are. You know, we first had to break through, you know, especially when we were at like 84K. 84K was a level to look for on the VRVP indicator that I was using. But also 78K was another level that could act as support. If I pull up the VRVP indicator one more time here, and I just zoom out, you'll see, you know, the VRVP indicator off to the right. There was a value area low around like 81K. Okay. There's also some volume here at 79, 78K. And then there's also some volume here at 76 and 75K. Not too many people bought Bitcoin at 74K because that was only for like 1 day and not even like maybe probably like less than 1 hour where Bitcoin was at that level, you know, at 74K, 74,420 and then 74,553. And Bitcoin wasn't there for too long before we shot up, you know, earlier in April of 2025 here. Okay. But yeah, there's definitely some volume at 78K. So there was some support in that area around 78, 79, 80K, and that's why we're getting the bounce right now. All right, let's move on to some other coins here. We'll take a look at Dash, and then we'll take a look at Zcash after that. Dash, one of the high flyers for today. Dash is currently trading at $66.84, up 16.77%. And Dash, right? What is Dash doing? I'll leave the VRVP indicator here, so this is good to look for levels. If I zoom in a little bit, Dash did have some support here at $56. I think we saw that, what, yesterday? Where Dash was down to like $54. So there was some support for Dash based off of this volume node here. And there's not really that much volume until you get up to about $68. All right, which I think we did that earlier today. Oh no, we got to like 67, but close enough. Like we're already coming up to like another take profit area for Dash. Okay, and then if we get past $68, then there's some more volume here at $73. Between 73 up until the point of control, this POC at $83. $83 would probably be the high water mark where you want to take some more profit on Dash if you're in a if you're in on a Dash position right now. Your next target should be about $83 based off this point of control, this high volume node here. And that $83 also lines up with this 0.32 Fibonacci level at $83, okay? But right now we're actually at a Fibonacci level already with the 0.236, right? Is at $67. So we're already at some levels here for Dash. If you haven't if you're trying to get into Dash right now, be careful because it might just go sideways. All right, it might even pull back. Who knows? Especially if Bitcoin pulls back, then Dash is probably going to pull back as well. But this is an area where you should be taking profit if you're already in a Dash long or a Dash position. Not financial advice. Do whatever you want to do, but you know you do have a resistance level here at $67, $68. Okay. And then, like I said, the next resistance level above you is going to be that $83 level, okay, with that 0.32 retracements at, and also with the high volume there on the VRVP indicator, okay. So those are the targets to the upside for Dash. Can't really talk about downside because we have a nice solid green candle, but you know, if Dash, this is a fake out, right? Then you know we could come back and revisit, you know, the value area low sitting at like $54, $53 here. Where there's a good amount of volume, where there should be support for Dash if Dash does come back down again. Okay, $54, basically where you started off from, not today but yesterday. You know, where we were as low as $54. That's a good volume area. If Dash does come down, you scoop it up, you know, on the cheap, and then maybe Dash come back up to the hopefully the point of control. You know, this high volume area of like at like $79. Juan, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but he's asking me, will I short Bitcoin at 93K? I might throw my hat in the ring, you know, at 93K and put a stop loss at like 93.5 or 94K as my stop loss, yeah. Because we just don't know if Bitcoin is just going to end up making another lower high and then going down to lower prices again. But I think that's an area worth considering taking a short. How is Bitcoin doing right now? Are we at 90K? 89,950. And we got as high as 89,975. So not yet. Matter of fact, let me put an alert when I'm gonna put a new alert here for like 89,000. Yeah, 997. Sure, why not? Wait, did it? I put the alert in and it already triggered. We're already at 89,980. Oh my god. We actually hit 90K just now. I missed it while I was trying to put the alert in there. But yeah, there it is. There's $90,000 Bitcoin right now. Oy vey. Wow. Congratulations to the ones that had faith in Bitcoin. You're now seeing Bitcoin at 90K again. Alright. And let me see what my YouTube guys. It's like there's people watching on YouTube, but they're not saying anything in the live chat. If you guys are in the live chat and you're live, just put a 1 in the chat, say hello. If anything, you know, let me know you're live out there. And let's try to get the likes to match the amount of people that are watching right now. Okay. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. So yeah, there you go, guys. There's 90K. Lorene's asking, and couldn't Bitcoin go up to 98? There's some huge liquidity at 98. Liquidity. Let's look at liquidity since you mentioned it. Liquidity for Bitcoin, at least here on Binance, the liquidation heat map. We're looking at the 1 week chart, so good amount of data here. We kind of ate through all the liquidity to the upside for the most part. There might be some shorts that are now trying to get in now, but they're not really showing up on the chart yet. There's some liquidation here at 90,500. There's about $76 million that could be liquidated at that area. And then it's just spread all throughout, you know, the levels here. Let's see. I see around like 93K, 93,800. There's some liquidation there at about $37 million. Is at 93,800. But yeah, there's also, you know, some longs could get liquidated if we come right back down to 85K. There's about $88 million of longs that could get liquidated down there. And then let's see, there's even more leverage here. About $150 million of longs could get liquidated if we go back to 83K. Okay. Let's take a look at the current liquidation here. As you can see, the shorts in the last hour, $88 million of shorts have been liquidated. Longs, there's still some longs getting liquidated out there, believe it or not, guys. Probably because they might be putting their stop losses too tight, or they may be using too much leverage. Okay, but yeah, there's some longs getting liquidated as well, but not as much as the shorts. Last 12 hours, the shorts have been getting beaten up, and the longs have been doing all right. And let's see, the last 24 hours, the shorts, $205 million of shorts have been liquidated. Although, believe it or not, even with price of Bitcoin going up, there's about $98 million of longs that have been liquidated. So either that's, you know, people using too much leverage, or they might be putting their stop losses too tight and getting stopped out. Who knows? Might be a combination of both. Who knows? But yeah, Bitcoin, 90,100 is the high watermark for today. Let's get into another crypto that I want to talk about, and that's Zcash. I'm currently in a Zcash long. I think Zcash could try to run up to higher prices here. We're looking at the daily chart, and then I'll zoom into the hourly chart here. Zcash, just zooming out on the daily chart using the VRVP indicator. There's a lot of volume on the POC, the point of control, this blue line right here. At $501, that's a lot of support for Zcash at that level. Okay. Once we get past like 525 here, there's a gap in the VRVP, and there's not much resistance until you get up to like 570 on Zcash. That's actually where my take profit is on my Zcash long right now. And also, if you look at the 21 EMA exponential moving average, this white line, that's sitting at about 576. So I think Zcash could run up to like 570. It could do that today. or I could do that sometime tomorrow. But I think there's some room to go to the upside here because there's not that much resistance once you get past 525 here on Zcash. So that's what I'm looking for on Zcash as a leverage long that I'm in right now. Let's take a look at the leverage long. I'm not doing too much leverage on the long for Zcash, but I'm doing about 5x long on Zcash right now. I got in at about $500 earlier this morning. Right now we're trading at 519, up about 19% on the position, 40 bucks right now. My stop loss is at break even, so I'm in the trade for free. I won't lose money if Zcash goes back to 500 bucks. It would suck because I would lose the $40 of unrealized profit, but whatever. And I'm pushing up to 570 here on Zcash. I'll make $142 if we get up there. I'll be up 70% on that Zcash long right now. Okay. So yeah, there's a trade that I'm in, and hopefully I'm able to push it up to 570 for Zcash. All right. But let's look at the 1 hour time frame. There are some levels to look for here. That I could take partial profits if I wanted to, because that's always good to pay yourself if you can. And on the 1 hour time frame, there is a level to look for. This is the 50 moving average on the 1 hour time frame. That's sitting at about 535. I could take partial profit over there, or I could wait until we get up to the 100 moving average at 559. Or, you know, well, if I don't take partial profits by that point, then I would probably hit my actual take profit here at 577, where this 200 moving average is sitting at on the 1 hour time frame. So there you go. That's the reason why I'm targeting 570 or 577, somewhere in that area, because you have the 1 hour 200 moving average sitting above you at that area. I'd expect that to act as resistance until we are able to flip it to support, and then maybe we can talk about Zcash going to higher prices. But I think 570 for a take profit on Zcash. It's good area to take profit on Zcash. Okay, but you know, if I'm anxious to do so, all right, or if I feel like Bitcoin is flipping down to the downside and going to drag Zcash down with it, then I might take partial profit at 535 or even 559, depending on how I feel about the trade. You know, later on today, going into tomorrow. All right. Let's see. Cameron thinks Zcash is going back to $700. Yeah, I think it could. Lorraine says maybe a cup and handle, maybe. And yeah, I'm longing Zcash right now, and I also have some spot bags in Zcash as well, Cameron. Yep. So we're both on the same page there. And yeah, I got in on that long on 86.8K earlier today on Bitcoin, and yeah, I pushed it up to 89K, and I got, you know, my take profit hit at 89K, and I mean, I probably could have done 90K maybe, but I'm happy. You know, profit is profit, right? As long as you're making profit, you're doing all right. Bitcoin back at 90,200. Look at you go, Bitcoin on the 1 hour time frame. Very important for us to get past that 200 moving average, and we're doing it in a clear and convincing fashion. And I do have some lines here on Bitcoin. This is kind of like almost like a rising channel where Bitcoin's been making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, while also making higher highs on the 1 hour time frame. If Bitcoin was to continue doing what it's doing right now, okay, let's say if it just does a straight line right now on this hourly candle, we could see Bitcoin come up to 91,200 before we get rejected. All right, that's if it's going to maintain this rising channel that it's in right now. Okay, so there might be somebody who thinks it's worth selling their Bitcoin at 91,200. Okay. We shall see. We shall see. I should probably turn this into a parallel channel to go along and follow. If this is going to be what Bitcoin's going to do, is stay in this rising channel, then I kind of want to see where the heart line's at. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this rising channel that I kind of created. And I'm a little bit curious, Lorraine, do you still think we're in a bear flag on Bitcoin? Because this bear flag is now turning into an uptrend, which could lead us up to like 93 or 96K here. Just want to get your thoughts on that, Lorraine. Where is my yeah, I'm looking for a parallel channel. Where is this parallel channel thing? Oh yeah, I gotta do it right here. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so here we go. So it looks like Bitcoin's kind of in a parallel channel, rising channel to the upside. And if Bitcoin hits, you know, the top limit of the channel here at like 91K, it might come back down to the heart line, still be bullish. And if it comes back to the heart line, it looks like we could see Bitcoin come down to like 89,300, right? So it might do something like this, where we go up to the top of the channel here, come back down to the middle of the channel, make a higher low, and then shoot up to higher prices where we could see 92 or 93K. We shall see. It's just an idea. Nothing says that it has to play out that way. Okay. We could have come up to 91K and then go right down past the middle of the channel to the bottom of the channel here. Revisit the 200 moving average on the 1 hour time frame and come right down to like 87K all over again. Alright, but this is like a good, you know, this is like a way to help guide you in your trades here, since we can identify that we're kind of in like a rising channel. We'll be in this rising channel until we're not, right? Until we actually break out to the upside or break down to the downside. We're just going to stick to this rising channel idea or theory until it gets invalidated one way or the other. Either we break out to the upside or break down to the downside here. But I think we can just use this as brackets to know, like, hey, you know, when we get up to like 91K, we're kind of pushing our luck. And we should probably think about looking for shorts and taking profit on our longs, taking profit on our spot positions if need be, to try and, you know, maybe buy back in again at lower prices and then cash in on our shorts if Bitcoin comes down to like, you know, 89K or even down to bottom of this channel at 87K. That's when we could take profit on our shorts, flip it into a long, and do it all over again, rinse and repeat until we break out of this channel one way or the other. Let's see what Lorraine's saying here. You didn't go in, but your husband did. He has much better luck than you. Lorraine says, now we are out of the bear flag on the daily. And you think we're going to 98K, or you're hoping and praying for it. Okay. Yeah, me too. Me too. Let's take a look at total market cap for the altcoins. See how that's looking here. Let's try to get a bigger picture view of the market for cryptocurrency. Let's see, total. I gotta see which one I got here. I want total. I'll do total 3 without Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we're looking at the total market cap of all the altcoins, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. It says that we're at $893 billion right now of altcoins out there. Let's go into the daily time frame, get the bigger picture view here. So, you know, altcoin season was looking really good going into like the beginning of October, where we saw total 3 here at $1.19 trillion. Okay, now we're below $1 trillion. We're at like almost 900 million right now. I would like to see money go back into altcoins again. I would like to see us get above that 200 moving average on total 3, where we saw like about $970 billion. I want to see $970 billion get into total 3. And you know what? You guys could probably do that if you talk to your family and friends on Thanksgiving about altcoins and how they went on sale during Damien's birthday on last Friday, and you might be able to catch them on sale for this Black Friday coming up. I mean, if you guys talk to your family and friends about how cheap these altcoins are, we could probably push total market cap here back up to that 200 moving average, okay? So yeah, I mean, you gotta look at the positive of like these lower prices. If anything, you know, maybe you didn't get rich off of altcoins, but maybe your family could make some money off of these altcoins if we bounce back up to this 200 moving average, okay? We might get kind of like a Santa Claus rally going into December where we could see money go back into altcoins and go into that, back up to that 200-day moving average. Now let's look at the since I said money going into the altcoins, let's see what the market cipher B is showing here. You can see, like, you know, around the beginning of November we had money flow going out of the altcoins here, and it's been going out, but looks like we kind of bottom out here. We've been in oversold position here around Sunday. You know, we had a green buy dot that came in, and there's now money going back in the altcoins again, and it looks like the momentum wave is curving back up to the upside. I want to see eventually money flow flip into the green, like we saw back here in October, and also here in early October and going into September. You know, we need to see some green again for our altcoins to start pumping up again to higher prices. Okay. But yeah, that's what I want to see here on market cipher B. On the MACD, let's see. We do have a green candle here on the MACD, showing that we had a MACD flip. Selling pressure has died down, and now there's some buying pressure coming back into the altcoins here. Okay, so we want to see more of that. We want to see something like kind of like back here in July. Do you guys remember back in July when, you know, Ethereum was going up to like $4 grand and XRP was at like $3.60. We need to see something like this. Could we get that going into like December, maybe January? I don't know, but we need something like this here in July to get us to make some more money on our altcoins here. So let's take a look at the USDT tether dominance. Let's see how tether dominance is doing, because this is going to give us an idea as to like if people are fearful or if people are putting their money to work in crypto again. And right now I'm looking at tether dominance. This is the amount of money in crypto that is in just tether, which is supposed to track, you know, supposed to stay stable. It's a stable coin that's supposed to stay at $1. Anyways, I don't need to get into like the whole history and whatnot about Tether. Just know that, you know, Tether is supposed to stay at $1. It's supposed to be like the digital version of $1. And about 6% of the total market cap of crypto is in Tether right now. Okay, and if I zoom out here, we haven't been as high as 6% since back here in April, when, you know, do you remember the beginning of April during the when Donald Trump was scaring the whole world about his tariffs, and then he said, actually, we're going to do a pause until we can negotiate better deals on the tariffs. And then that's when people were like, oh my God, thank God, like the economy is not going to go to crap because of tariffs. And, you know, we had the 90-day pause on tariffs, and that was it. All right, so right now, people are just as fearful. They have just as much money in Tether as they did back in April. So this gives me, you know, if we kind of just start dropping down to lower levels here on Tether, where we could come down to this 21 EMA at like 5.8%, or maybe even come down to the 50 moving average down here at 4.8%. This is going to give you a nice altcoin rally if we can drop down past this white line and come even further down to this green line here, down to like 4 or 5% on Tether dominance. Yeah. You could see that. You could see that. You could see an altcoin rally. Maybe I don't know if I'm afraid to call it an altcoin season, but you might see an altcoin rally if we can just drop down further here on Tether dominance. Okay. Let's see. Has Tether dominance been higher than this? Of course it has. And Tether dominance was, you know, around the highs here, like at like 8% in September of 2023. During the beginning of the bull run in Bitcoin and crypto. And also like back here during FTX bankruptcy, that was a pretty good scare to get people out of crypto when FTX went bankrupt. And that was after like 3 Arrows and Celsius went bankrupt as well early in 2022. But we saw Tether dominance get as high as like 9.4%. We don't want to see that, you know, right now. Okay, you know, earlier this month, I have to zoom back in, but earlier this month we were looking like we were heading towards like 7 or 8, maybe 9%, and getting a really good bear market going here for crypto. had tether dominance increased up to that level, but looks like tether dominance, it peaked out on my birthday is when people were scared the most, and we got up to like 6.7% here on tether dominance. Right now it's dropping. We want to see it drop more. All right, keep dropping down, tether. We do not want people to be scared. We want them to be hopeful about the future of crypto. We got to see tether dominance come down to like 5 or 4%, so that way our altcoins here can pump up to higher prices and crypto can go up to higher prices. But we shall see. We shall see. Right? We got to get past this white line. That white line could act as support. Who knows why that might be the case? Maybe the Federal Reserve says they're not going to cut interest rates, and that causes us to bounce off this white line and go back up to higher levels here on tether dominance. But we don't want to see that. Hopefully they say they're going to lower interest rates again for the month of December, and then we can just cut right through that white line and come right down to the moving averages below us on tether dominance. All right, Cameron wants me to look at Bitcoin dominance. And then let's see, Lorraine saying, Damien, can you check Bitcoin on daily and tell me if Bitcoin is definitely out of the bear flag? Sheesh Blueberry says, don't be too excited. We'll see a rejection at 100K for another leg down. Well, if we're not going to get rejected to 100K, there's still some money to be made between 90K and 100K. So I'm willing to continue being bullish if that's the case. If we're going to go to 100K, I want to make some money on the way up. Let's see, Cameron. Yeah, let's see. Yep. All right. Oh, Cookie wants to look at Near and Chainlink. He misspelled Chainlink. He put G Chainlink. But yeah, we'll take a look at Near Protocol for you and Chainlink. Or link this link. Why Bitcoin up today? Because it was on its way up. There's a little bit of a short squeeze going on with Bitcoin. A lot of shorts are getting liquidated today. About $200 million of shorts got liquidated today. So we got a little short squeeze. Bitcoin also got above its 200 moving average on the 1 hour time frame, and it did it in a pretty clear and convincing fashion. We talked about that earlier. And yeah, when it does that, you're gonna see more money get put to work buying crypto again, buying Bitcoin. All right, we gotta look at the Bitcoin dominance for Cameron here. We're looking at Bitcoin dominance is currently at 58.8%. We're looking at it on the daily time frame here. Bitcoin dominance has actually been coming down. Seems like people are putting money to work into altcoins. They've been putting money to work into altcoins ever since like November 4th. We saw Bitcoin dominance as high as like 61% here. Got rejected off of the 100 moving average, this blue line. We did see Bitcoin dominance actually spike up and get above the 200 moving average here on October 10th. Okay, that was during, once again, you can blame Donald Trump. You know, Donald Trump said there's a possibility that they would raise tariffs on China to 100%. And then a couple of days later, on Sunday, he said, oh, just kidding. We're still in talks with China. And then Bitcoin dominance went down. But, you know, that was enough to scare people out of their altcoins and Bitcoin altogether. But, you know, people took money out of their altcoins and put it into Bitcoin. And Bitcoin was climbing since then to, you know, about 61% here. And then it looks like people have been slowly putting altcoins, money into altcoins here rather than Bitcoin, all throughout the month of November here. How much further could Bitcoin dominance go down? I mean, we want to see Bitcoin dominance go down. We want to see Bitcoin go up while Bitcoin dominance is... we want to see the price of Bitcoin go up while Bitcoin dominance is going down, because right now, with Bitcoin dominance at 58%, Bitcoin has about 58% of the market cap of all the money in crypto right now. And we want to see more money go into altcoins than Bitcoins. That way our spot bags, our altcoins can make us more money, right? So we want to see Bitcoin dominance come down. If Bitcoin dominance was to come down a little bit further, we want to see it probably revisit the lows here back in September when we saw dominance as low as 57%. But let me zoom out and turn on the VRVP indicator here, see what the VRVP has to say about where the dominance might go next. So dominance, we do have a value area low at 57%. So I think, yeah, if we could revisit the lows again at back here in September at 57%, that'd be nice to see for Bitcoin dominance. However, if we do get down there, expect people to start putting money back into Bitcoin again. Or maybe that might be the end of this rally that we got going on in crypto when Bitcoin dominance actually gets down to 57%. Because I'm not sure what's going to happen next in the future, but if the price of Bitcoin goes back to all-time highs and then starts pushing to new all-time highs, then you might see people put money out of their altcoins and back into Bitcoin again, and then Bitcoin dominance starts rising back up to like 60%. Okay, so we'll have to see how it all plays out here. But yeah, I'm expecting, you know, if Bitcoin rallies to new all-time highs, people will probably not put money into Near Protocol. They're not going to put it in the Chainlink. They're not going to put it into Zcash or any other coins. They're actually going to put the money in the Bitcoin if Bitcoin's making new all-time highs again. So maybe that's what we're going to see in the near future here. We could see Bitcoin climb up to 126K. We could see altcoins start rallying, and then we might see, you know, Bitcoin make new all-time highs, and then see people put their money into Bitcoin if Bitcoin's going to start heading up to like 200K or something like that. Cameron says, can someone please lock Trump out of his X account? Well, Cameron, it's not even X. It's not even Twitter. Donald Trump has his own social media website, Truth Social. Yeah, you would have to lock him out of Truth Social, okay, to prevent him from saying a tweet that's going to cause the market to drop down, you know, 10 or 20% in one day. So I don't know if that's even possible here, Cameron. Let's see. She says maybe because we've had 5 red weeks. Yeah, you would expect at least a bounce, right? After 5 red weeks in a row. Let's see. Thank you, Lorraine, for sending me the gifts here on TikTok. Appreciate that. You want me to check into Bitcoin? Okay, I'm gonna listen to Lorraine because last time I didn't, you know, Bitcoin was doing some crazy things when I wasn't listening. So Bitcoin's at 89,970 here, 980. Did it do anything any crazy things while I was looking at the Bitcoin dominance here? We did see Bitcoin get as high as 90,300. I think Bitcoin is doing all right. Looks like we're getting a slight pullback below 90K here. Let me see what the 5-minute time frame is and 15-minute time frame. See if we're getting a little bit overbought here. We probably are, most likely, yeah. On the RSI indicator here, we're overbought on the 5-minute time frame. Buying pressure is starting to die down just a little bit, but some of that money might start going into altcoins. They might be selling their Bitcoin to go into altcoins now, as people get more excited about crypto here. Let's see. Let's go into the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, we are overbought on the 15-minute time frame on the RSI, and then buying pressure is starting to die down a little bit here. So we might have seen the euphoria for this afternoon here, and this evening for my my European viewers here. Good to see you guys in the chat in the live stream. So yeah, if this continues, buying pressure continues dying down, then Bitcoin might flag out and consolidate near 90K for now. It might start dropping down to the middle of the channel here at like 88, 89K, somewhere in that area. We shall see. We shall see. But I think we might have hit the highs for this afternoon. Maybe even the highs for today. Who knows? But nice to see Bitcoin at 90K, right? Sure enough. All right, let's look at the Near Protocol. And then we'll take a look at Chainlink after that. So we got near protocol on the daily time frame here. Near protocol looks like you know, it had pretty good rally here beginning of November, but then it lost all its gains and did a round trip back to where you were at the beginning of November when this thing was sitting at $1.71. Could be a possible double bottom here, possibly. You are still making higher lows here compared to what you did in early November, so that's good to see. And if near protocol starts catching some bids right now, I would expect to like do a mean reversion back to the 21 EMA, sitting at $2.31. I think that's what you should be targeting for your longs on near protocol. If you're swing trading it, you're waiting for 231 to show up. You might want to take some profit at that area around like 231 and also 228, which is where that 0.32 Fibonacci retracement's at. And then I would also consider taking some more profit when we actually get back up to the 200-day moving average, sitting at $2.52, which is kind of confluent with this 0.5 retracement. And sure enough, you should also consider taking profit near the golden pocket at 263. Okay. But yeah, that's what you're looking for here on near protocol. You're just trying to deleverage the amount of risk that you got in near protocol. Hopefully you were able to buy at this area, but if you bought at these areas, I mean, you're just waiting for it to come back to break even, and then you could sell at break even, and then see what happens after that, because you don't know if we're going to get rejected and come back down to lower prices again. And if it does get rejected, come back to lower prices, if you sell at the 200-day moving average and then we come back to lower prices, then you can buy back in again at lower prices. Okay, become a better trader. Try to, you know, buy low, sell high, buy low again, and then sell higher. So that's, yeah, Cookie says he's trying to break even. So yeah, 200-day moving average could be an area where you could try to take a little bit off the table. You don't have to sell at the bottom, okay? You can wait until this thing comes back up, hopefully to the 200-day moving average. If not, maybe the 21 EMA, you take a little bit off the table as well. You bought too high at $2.90. Yeah, it happens. You live and you learn. I'm not sure if we're actually going to get back up to 290, but I mean, we were at like $3.18 earlier this month, so maybe it could happen sooner rather than later. All right, but yeah, let's take a look at the chain link now. So looking at Chainlink on the daily time frame, currently trading at $13.39, up 2.4% today. And I got a lot of stuff going on in this chart. Let me get rid of some of this previous analysis here. But I think this Fibonacci is still a good thing to have here. I'm going to keep it on for now. Chainlink has gotten beaten down. You came down to like some of the lowest prices you ever seen for the year, when you came down to like $11.59 on November 21st, kind of rivaling the lows here at $10.93 in June, and also you had the lowest low for the year at like $10 back in April. Okay, still making higher lows, believe it or not, even after that good scare that we had on last Friday. But if this thing is going to continue climbing up to higher prices here, we're going to see how it handles itself after it gets to the 21 EMA, this white line. Sitting at like $14.03 could be where we might get rejected, because you got rejected on the 21 EMA back here on November 11th. And then of course you got rejected here on November 2nd as well. And you know, this 21 EMA has been pushing you down to lower prices so far. So, you know, don't hold your breath for higher prices, but you might get rejected at $14 again one more time on Chainlink. Okay, it's also a kind of close to this 0.236 level here at 1445. Okay, is a level that some traders are watching. the Fibonacci guys are watching that, and they might decide to take profit at 14.45 as well. So, you know, when we get to $14, we'll see how Chainlink handles itself. But if you can get past $14 in a clear and convincing fashion here, then the next level to look for is going to be right here at the 0.382, sitting at 17 bucks. And then you got the 200 moving average right above that, sitting at 17.91 right now. Okay. So once you get past 14, then we're looking for 17 and then even 18 for targets to the upside for Chainlink, which could be some good take profit areas if you're able to get up to those prices. All right, let me see what we got here for Lorene. Lorene says, you remember Bullish Babe saying this morning that we can hit 90K and still be in a bear flag on the daily? Okay, that's what you want to look at? You want to see if we could still be in a bear flag? All right, let's look at Bitcoin again. I guess we'll look at Bitcoin on the daily chart here, daily time frame. I mean, at what point are you going to say this is no longer a bear flag, right? Because I could just keep extending this, you know, like this parallel channel. If we were to stay in this parallel channel, I guess if we just continue doing this parallel channel to the upside on Bitcoin, you won't be in a bear flag anymore, because you'll basically be kind of like back to the top where this, you know, flagpole started at on the bear flag. You got to get back up to like 107K. But if that's the case, then it'll just be a V-shape. It'll just be a V-shaped recovery if Bitcoin does that, right? You came down on the beginning of the V, and now you're kind of coming up on the upside on the V, and you got yourself like a V-shaped recovery, right? Where if we get back up to 107K and we just continue doing this parallel channel, which I'm not sure if it's going to do it, but that'd be really nice, because that'd be very easy to game plan your longs and shorts if you just kind of stay in this parallel channel here. But if this parallel channel gets extended and if we do something like that, then you probably won't see Bitcoin get to 107K until the middle of December 15th. That might happen like right after the Federal Reserve makes a decision on interest rates. I think the Federal Reserve is doing a decision on interest rates on December 10th. So maybe if they lower interest rates again and kind of like give us hints that they might do it again in January or February, then we could probably see Bitcoin climb back up to the 200-day moving average, sitting at 109K right now. We shall see. We shall see. Just an idea. But yeah, I mean, at some point we will get out of this bear flag, if this is going to be considered a bear flag. If we could just keep shooting up like a rocket up to like, if we can go to like 94K by the end of today, or even by the end of tomorrow, then that would invalidate this bear flag, right? This bear flag thesis, because you wouldn't really be in a bear flag, right? It would actually break out of the bear flag. But yeah, I guess you could say we're in a bear flag. I'm now viewing it as we're in a parallel channel here on Bitcoin, okay? But you know, some might view it as a bear flag, especially if you're looking at the higher time frames, daily chart here. We could still come down to like 88K or 87K and still be in this bear flag, if that's what we're gonna call it now. But I'm calling it a parallel rising channel for now, okay? If we lose 87, 86K, then we'll be breaking out the bear flag to the downside. However, if we climb up above 91K here and go right to like 92, 93, 94K, we will be breaking down the bear flag to the upside. Okay, so, you know, remains to be seen, but for those who are new to investing and trading and looking at charts, yeah, you could call it a bear flag, and I'll just draw it out right now. You know, like this is kind of like looking like a bear flag. I mean, I already got the channel showing right now, but yeah, you got your bear flag right there, right? If I was to hide this parallel channel, you know, you got your kind of your bear flag right here. All right. but I think it's now forming a parallel channel. In this case, I think we could just play it as a parallel channel. That's how I'm going to play it as a trader. I'm going to play it as a parallel channel for now, a rising channel going up to the upside. So, you know, you could try to buy some cheaper Bitcoin at 87, 86K if you're able to do so, and you should be thinking about considering selling your Bitcoin at 90K, 91K here. Aiden is asking me what's my Discord link. The Discord link should be in the since you're here on TikTok. You can find my Discord link here on TikTok in the bio right there. You got my Discord link. It's a free channel, free Discord to join, and you'll be able to share your thoughts and opinions and your ideas on the Discord channel. Let's see if I can pull up the Discord channel real quick here. But yeah, this is my Discord channel. Let me see if I can pull that up for my my YouTube guys here. Let's see. How come I can't get the Discord? It's not gonna let me do it. That sucks. Whatever. But for my YouTube guys, if you're trying to join the Discord, right? You can find that on the Meet Damien channel here. If you go into the links, you'll see the Meet Damien Discord link here. Discord, free to join. Let's see, did I get any new subscribers today? Click the refresh. 512 subscribers, that's good to see. Appreciate that. If you're new to the channel and you like the technical analysis here, you like finance, you like talking about crypto and stocks, then this is the channel for you, and you want to consider, you know, subscribing. Appreciate that. Try to see if we can get up to like 1,000 subscribers here. But I appreciate you guys, you know, engaging in the channel, liking and commenting, any kind of engagement. I appreciate that. Even if you might be a little bit shy to click that subscribe button, it's okay. Maybe later on you might want to decide to subscribe to the channel. All right, let's see. We got Cookie, and then yep, I'm just reading the comments here. What other kind of cryptos you guys want to talk about here? See, I can see Ethereum is back up above $3,000. That's nice to see for a nice psychological number. Solana's at $144. Let's look at crypto bubbles here. See what cryptos are doing pretty well. We already talked about Dash, but Dash is up 16%. SPX is a meme coin here. That one's up 15.7%. Let's see, other notable gainers. Kaspa up 12.6%. Stark is up 11.3%. So you guys got some coins to talk about. Hopefully during Thanksgiving dinner, these coins are actually going up today. Hopefully it carries on into tomorrow. And you know, don't feel too bad talking to your family about altcoins because they all went on sale. Like, you're not getting them in at all-time highs, trying to tell them like, hey, you know, you can make more money after it's already made its all-time high. I mean, you could probably make some money in the short term here on these altcoins if they can just get right back to where they were for the highs of last month in October. Okay, never mind if these altcoins actually go back to their all-time highs again. There could be some money to be made. If you guys aren't bearish on crypto and this is just another pullback and we're getting an extended rally for a longer cryptocurrency, you know, cycle. Maybe the 4-year cycle is a 5-year cycle. Maybe it's a 4.5-year cycle now. I'm not sure, but we can start making the case for that now that Bitcoin's getting a bounce back at 90K again. But you know, we still have to worry about, you know, what are the things to worry about? Okay, so if you are bearish, you know, why are you bearish? Okay. I would still be bearish on Bitcoin until we get above the 200-day moving average. If we get above 109, 110K, where that red line is at, then I would start to be back to being bullish again on Bitcoin. So I'm still worried that Bitcoin might make a lower high at some point here. And where could it make that lower high? It could make that lower high at that 21 EMA at 94, 95K. It could also make another lower high here at like 103, 105K. Lower than the high here that it made here on November 11th when we did see Bitcoin at 107K. So we now know where the low is as of now. We now have to see, can Bitcoin push its way up to like 107K, 108K? Because if it can, then, hey, guess what? We're actually making a higher high, guys, compared to what we did here on November 11th. And then, you know, if Bitcoin gets up to that 200-day moving average, then, you know, for damn sure, you know, you could just say this was one bad dream, you know, a nightmare that we had, and we could be back to being bullish again, because you could just call this a pullback, another crazy correction in cryptocurrency world, where Bitcoin dropped almost like 50% on us almost. All right, it dropped. How much of a drop was that? With Bitcoin going like 126K? Let me just measure that out real quick. We saw Bitcoin at 126,296, and we came down to like 80,500. Let's see, 126 to 80,500. I gotta adjust this. 126,200. I mean, we saw Bitcoin drop 36%. That was pretty scary, right? Because we all know when Bitcoin drops that much, the altcoins are dropping even further than that. Probably like 40-50% on a lot of these altcoins here. Maybe even more. Maybe even like 60, 70, or 80%. But yeah, I mean, could this just be another crazy pullback like we saw back here in 2025? Earlier in 2025 when we saw Bitcoin get to like $109,000 in January and then drop down to 74K. Let me try to measure that one out here real quick. Get rid of the moving averages. Is this another healthy pullback, if you want to call it that? Bitcoin dropped 74,400, somewhere around there. Bitcoin did drop 31% back in January. But that was like a kind of like a more steady pullback. Like we went from 109K in January to 74K in April, and that was like 3 or 4 months of pulling back. This one was a lot more violent, where we went from, you know, 126K in October to the next month we went down to like 80K, and that was like a 36% drop in 1 month. I felt like that was a lot more violent and happened a lot faster than the pullback we had earlier this year, where we didn't go down as far percentage-wise, and it took us a little bit longer to get down there too. So this was a lot more scarier of a drop than this drop right here, because this drop was kind of like more like we had to drop down like that. This one was a little bit steeper of a drop. All right, Cameron, you're bearish until Bitcoin hits 145K. That's funny. I mean, as Bitcoin starts climbing up, I am going to be looking for shorts. You know, I'm looking for possibly a short at 93K or 96K, and then, you know, I'll be looking to short again at like 107, 108K. Until Bitcoin can prove it can go to higher prices, I'm going to be looking for those shorts, because you just don't know. That could be like the next juicy short. You know, if you can short Bitcoin at 106K or 107K, take it all the way down to like 80K, that's a pretty good, decent gain on your short. But I think right now you can still look for longs. Maybe not at this moment. Maybe if Bitcoin pulls down to 89K later on today, you could try to look for a long on Bitcoin. Even better would be looking for longs if Bitcoin drops down to like 87 or 87K again. I'd be looking for longs on Bitcoin. See how my Zcash long is doing. Looks like Zcash is getting a little bit of a pullback here. Where did I put my stop loss? I gotta remember. Where did I put my stop loss? I put it at break even at 500. Yeah. I mean, I want to see Bitcoin go to higher prices so that way Zcash can go to higher prices. Let's see. 50-minute time frame. Buying pressure is dying down on the MACD. Getting a little bit of a pullback, but on the 50-minute time frame, I'm hoping that Zcash can get a bounce off this 200 moving average on the 50-minute time frame. We shall see. We shall see. If not, then maybe it comes and revisits the moving averages below. You got the 50 and the 100 sitting at about 505. If it could respect that and not go any further down, then my stop loss won't stop me out. But if it does go down to 500, I'll just be stopped out, and I'll be stopped out at break even. One thing I could do. See, I already took profits earlier today on Bitcoin, so I'm kind of happy where I'm at. I don't need to take partial profits, but I could take partial profits right now. Split the position, take off 50% of the position right now. And then, if this thing does go down, at least I made some money on this Zcash long. But, I put in a lot of work trying to buy, Zcash at $500 today. Like, we did get as low as like $4.91. That happened while I was sleeping. Maybe my European guys might have seen Zcash at $4.91 and you could have bought it, but I was sleeping earlier this morning around that time at like 6 o'clock in the morning here in the East Coast of America. But when I woke up, I saw Zcash. I actually missed this. I saw this. I was like, damn it. Around 8:30 I think is when I woke up, and I saw like, damn it, like, damn, we got that candle, candle wick to the upside here. And I was like, damn, I missed the move. And then Bitcoin was also rallying up. I was like, damn, this thing is rallying before I wake up. I mean, I guess I could have set my alarm earlier. But anyways, I waited for the pullback here on Zcash. And, we pulled down to like 498, and I was able to get in at 500. So not too bad, not too bad of a buy. And then, I saw this, price action to the upside here. And I worked really hard to get in there. I'm not sure if I want to take partial profits on this. I'd rather just have this thing stop me out. If it's really going to come down to $500, I'd rather have it stop me out. And hopefully I'm paying attention. I can just buy back in again at like maybe 490 or 495. But I like where I'm at in this position. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna lose money if I get stopped out. And then going into like the 1 hour time frame, I am targeting on my take profit. I'm targeting 570 here, which is where that 200 moving average is on the 1 hour time frame. It's like sitting at like 576. I don't need to get 576. I think 570. I'll be able to make $142 on that long. I think that's good enough. But where I would like to take partial profits, right? If this thing does play out to the upside, I want to take partial profits on this 100 moving average, this blue line here, at 535. So I'll actually put that into the trade right now, where I'm going to close out not all of my position, but some of it. And I'm looking for 535, and I will sell about half the position. And it says I'll get about $35 if I close it at 535. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in. So there you go, $35, and the rest of it will still be in play, where I can push this thing up to like 570 maybe. All right, so I did that here on MEXC exchange. If I go into open orders, you'll see I'll be selling about one Zcash here for about $535 here. And that's like kind of like a limit order to close half the position, because my current position in Zcash, I have about 2 Zcash worth, right? And I was able to get 2 Zcash because I put $200 of margin, and I did it with a 5x long, so I bought like $1,000 worth of Zcash. Was able to get me about 2.04 Zcash right there. Hope you guys are able to see that. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? Let's see. You're doing the same long, but with a 75x leverage. Wow. Okay. SKS91 wants me to take a look at ENA. I guess I can do that. Yeah, I can do that for you. ENA. All right, let's take a look at ENA. Oh, look at that. Bitcoin back up again near the highs for the day, 90,100. ENA, USD. All right, ENA on the daily time frame. We're looking at ENA currently trading at 28 cents. Roughly. Wow. ENA did a round trip back to the same prices that it was at back here in July, earlier this year. Get rid of this previous chart work here. So I measured a Fibonacci going from like 23 cents up to like 86 cents. ENA did get as high as like around 86, 87 cents on September 9th. Since then, it has blown through all the Fibonacci levels to the downside. Did a round trip basically back to where it was in July. If ENA is going to cast some bids here and go to higher prices, you would expect some resistance here at that 0.236 level at 38 cents. Even more resistance here at 47 cents. That's your 0.382 level. Let me zoom out. I'm going to turn on the VRVP indicator here, see what that shows. You got a point of control high volume level at 30 cents. If you can get past 30 cents, then there might be some more resistance at like 34 cents. And as I zoom in here on the VRVP indicator, I mean, there's some volume here at 39 cents as well, which is kind of like confluent with that 0.236 level there. So I think, yeah, 34 cents, you'll start seeing this thing stop popping off, and then it'll go to like 38, and then maybe it might go up to like 47 cents here. And those are the targets you should be looking for now, until you actually get up to those new targets, and then we can revisit this chart and see where it could go up to next after that. And I took up the moving averages, but let's see what the moving averages are showing here. Moving averages are kind of hidden from plain sight here. Let me get rid of the VRVP again, but you can kind of see the moving averages. You have a 200-day moving average sitting at like 46, 47 cents. So yeah, 46, 47 cents should be your swing trade, medium-term target here. Short-term target's going to be 38 cents. But then the longer-term target, the swing trade target, is going to be about 47 cents. Because you got confluence there with the 200-day moving average and the 0.32 retracement level. Thank you, Vadim, for following me here on TikTok. La Luna is asking me, do I trade on Coinbase? Yes, I do trade on Coinbase. I don't have Coinbase One. I know that's like a subscription on Coinbase, but I trade on Coinbase. I do the Coinbase Advance, where I trade futures there too. I trade future contracts on Coinbase. Ivan's asking me, which coin am I trading? Right now, I am trading, me personally, I'm trading Zcash right now. And I'm in a 5x long on Zcash. I also have a spot bag on Zcash. I bought some Zcash around like $4.90 earlier this week. crypto. I got a leverage long and a spot bag on Zcash. Laloon, do I give signals? Sometimes if I see a coin that I'm in or a coin that I'm interested in, and I might mention it on the Discord. So you might want to check out the Discord link here on TikTok. You can see this is the Discord channel, free Discord channel to join. Click on that link and you can join me here on Discord. And you know, if you want me to analyze one of your favorite cryptos, I can look at it in Discord. You know, there's me on the Discord, me Damien, and yeah, we look at charts all the time. And if I see something that I like, I'll put it up as a chart that I'm interested in looking at. You see, there's me posting up some of my trades from yesterday. Doesn't have to be too big of a trade, you know, as long as you're making profits, they do add up. I had one loss yesterday, which was a small loss. And I'm kind of mad because I probably should have moved the stop loss to break even, but I forgot to do that. But yeah, Laloon, come join the Discord channel. Look forward to seeing you on the Discord. And you can, you know, if you want me to give out some signals, I can do that for you. If I see something good, I'll let you know about it on the Discord. And then for my my YouTube guys, the link for the Discord is going to be here in the description to the channel. You see the Discord, the link to join is right here. Okay, on the description of the channel. Alright guys, so I'm waiting for if you guys have any more requests. Other than that, I mean, I could end the live stream. I do have some things I need to do today, as I always do. But it is nice to see Bitcoin at 90K again one more time. We're down slightly now on Bitcoin. But if we do get a pullback, I might try to enter another long on Bitcoin. Let's see what it looks like on the 15-minute time frame. If I had to get into a trade on Bitcoin right now, would I be long or shorting? I'd probably be looking for a short. If I wanted to short Bitcoin, here on the 15-minute time frame, Market Cipher Beast, you got a red sell dot on the 15-minute time frame. Came in about half an hour ago, and this occurred right near the overbought horizontal bars here. These red bars are showing that you're overbought. Market Cipher B. You do got buying pressure dying down. Even though Bitcoin's back at 90K right now, buying pressure is sort of dying down on the 15-minute time frame, so you got to be wary of that. RSI is also, you know, topping out in overbought territory at 85, and we're still overbought at 72. Not until you get below 70 is will you not be overbought anymore on the 15-minute time frame. So, but you know, Bitcoin could try to make a run up to higher prices, create a lower high on the RSI, and then you're just getting bearish divergence on the 15-minute time frame. But yeah, if you were to short right now, I put the stop loss relatively tight, right above 90,400, maybe like 90,450. And then you're trying to take this down, maybe down to the heart line at 89K. Or maybe you could take it down to this 21 EMA at 88,200. You probably do partial profits here on the short at 89K. And then take full profit on the short down to like 88,200. See what it looks like on the 5-minute time frame. 5-minute time frame. Yeah, Bitcoin. You see Bitcoin's making lower highs here on the 5-minute time frame. So yeah, I would be looking for a short rather than a long. If I was inclined to do another day trade here. But you just don't know. Like right now, I mean, if we climb back up and get above this last previous high in the 5-minute time frame, we get above 90,185, then it might make another push up to go to higher prices. Maybe it does go to 91K. So this is where you have to figure things out as a day trader. Like, all right, I short right now. Conservatively, you put your stop loss above the high for today at 90,400. But if the short continues playing out to the downside, then you can move your stop loss, above the high for, about 20 minutes ago. This high at 90,148. Maybe you put it at 90,200 as you move your stop loss eventually to break even on the short. But yeah, if I was day trading this, I'd be looking for a short. If I wanted to get into Bitcoin, I'd be trying to short it right now. Take it right down to that heart line at 89K, partial profits. Move the stop loss to break even, and then I would continue try to see if I could push the rest of the short down to like 87 or 88K. Cameron said he's waiting for 91K and then he wants to short. SKS, you're not able to join the Discord link? Alright. SKS, you can actually message me here on TikTok and I can send you a new link. Don't forget to follow me, and I'll follow you back if you want me to. And then you can message me on TikTok and I'll send you a new link for the Discord. But Bitcoin might bounce off this 21 EMA if it's going to continue being bullish. You would expect Bitcoin to bounce off the 21 EMA. If it starts losing this 21 EMA, then it's probably game on for a short here. You see it's kind of just hovering above it. Not sure what it wants to do yet. I would have to probably watch this for like the next 5 to 10 minutes to see how the next couple of candles end up forming here, to figure out whether or not it's a good time to short Bitcoin right now. But right now, yeah, you're kind of looking like you could short. A better entry would be like 90,200 or like 90,300. See, I'm kind of like almost talking myself into shorting Bitcoin now. And there you go. Now you're getting a little bit of a green candle on the 5-minute time frame here. And I mean, if you get this green candle to bullishly engulf the red candle here, then it's going to show that you are actually getting a bounce off this 21 EMA on the 5-minute time frame. We shall see. We shall see. The bull's going to be able to push us back up to 90K again? Because we know Cameron in the chat wants to short at 91K, which would be basically the top of this parallel rising channel that I drew. This little blue line here, if you want to call it. That would be 91K up in that area. That would be a better short. For sure. A more guaranteed short to play out if it does get up to that area. But we're currently monitoring, Bitcoin right now. It is kind of making lower highs here on the 5-minute time frame. Price action is starting to look weak. Oh, now you're getting a red candle here instead. That whole green candle just got erased, and now you're getting a red candle. And if this closes out, right, you got like 3 more minutes. You see that 3 minutes and 29 seconds here? If this closes below that 21 EMA, I would probably enter a short. You might see me do that right now. And I'll put the stop loss right at the highs for today, 90,400. So you guys get a little bit of taste of what it's like when I watch the charts and I'm trying to day trade here. I want Bitcoin to go up, so my Zcash long can continue making me money here. But another thing that could happen is we could just, you know, we might not even go down. We might just, let me see, we might just end up flagging out. We might just create a bull flag here, right? This could be what's going on right now, right? Just game planning this out. I mean, if I connect the highs here, it's gonna look something like this. So we kind of like, you know, have like a pennant, a symmetrical triangle right now, and we could just be going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, like for the next hour here. And that would still be bullish for the Bitcoin bulls, for the bulls out there. If we can just flag out and not actually drop down, then that would, you know, cool down the oscillators here. That would allow the RSI to like if you look right now, the RSI is at 62 now. So it would allow the RSI to come down a little bit further, not be overbought, and then we can make another move up to the upside on Bitcoin. And then what I also like to look to see if we're gonna start catching bids here. I want to see the MACD. I want to see this red start turning pink and showing the selling pressures dying down. Kind of like you saw, like right here, you saw red, then pink, and then red, pink, and then it turns into green again. You want to see something like that, showing that, you know, buyers are stepping in at these prices, that the low might be in. And of course, markets FB, you want to see, you know, money flows in the red, but you want to see money flow going to green on the 5-minute time frame here, and you know, like, you know, your long could probably play out and get you some more money here. So yeah, it looks like we're still playing games here along the 21 EMA, and we haven't broken down yet. But we'll pay attention. Like, are we going to make another lower high? Because if you're making a lower high, then you start making justification here that we need to go down to lower prices here. That this could be a good time to short. Now you got a green candle and it's bullishly engulfing the red candle here. So the bulls are trying to put up a little bit of a fight right now. Thank you, Jonah, for following me here on TikTok. Appreciate that. So I'm just watching right now, guys. I want to see if this is this potential bull flag that we're creating, if it's gonna break out to the downside or the upside. If it starts breaking down, like, I'm a little bit inclined to start shorting Bitcoin if it gets up to 90K or 90,100, and then I can put my stop loss at 90,450. So if we just push up a little bit more here, still make a lower high, then that's going to justify me getting into the short. Uh-oh, getting a little bit of red. I'll stick around for like the next 10 minutes, maybe next 10 or 15 minutes. I'll stay live here with you guys. If we can break out to the upside, then, you know, I'm not gonna. I still got my long on Zcash. That's gonna help me make some money here. But if we break down, I wanna kind of actually cash that short if I can. Just watching the 5-minute time frame here. Flirting with it, flirting with 90K. Are we gonna push back up to 90K here? I should probably put this ready to go in case we do, right? Because things might happen a little bit too quick here. So let's just get into this. Let's say I want to short Bitcoin at 90,100. That's what I plan on doing here. Make sure it's a limit order, right? And I want 90,100. And 14% roughly. Gives me about $100 of margin. And now I gotta figure out my take profit stop loss. I want to take this down to like 87k if I can. I'll probably take top partial profits at 88k though. So if I take it down to 87k, I'll make $95 on the trade. If I take it all the way down to that area. And the stop loss is going to be 90,450. I only lose about $10 on the trade. Usually I can do more than that. I don't mind losing $20 on a trade here. So maybe I can do more leverage? Maybe? I think I might do that actually. I'm going to keep the margin at $100, but I'm going to do more leverage here. I'll do a 50x leverage. How about that? Ooh, bad boy now. So yeah, with a 50x leverage short on Bitcoin at 90,100, my take profit will give me about $189 if we can take it down to 87k, and my stop loss I will lose $21 if I get stopped out. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, sure. Can I do that? Can I get in? Well, will I get filled? So we can look at the Bitcoin here on the 5-minute chart for MEXC exchange. This is the exchange that I'm trading on right now, is MEXC. And now we're getting another red candle. Oh no. I might have to chase this. If we start breaking down below 89,675 or 625, if we start breaking down, I might have to just go back and chase that trade. I don't know, I could be setting myself up for some losses here though. But if I do chase the trade, what I'll have to do is I have to move the stop loss. So I still don't want to lose more than $20. I'll have to move the stop loss a little bit further down. Maybe to the highs here at $90,018 maybe. Oh, what are we doing here? Are we trying to break out to the downside here? Let me go back into trading view here. This is what it looks like so far. We're kind of... So when I see a bull flag get formed here, I want to short the top of this downtrend line here. I don't really want to short right here unless we're breaking down to the downside. And it looks like we're kind of doing that. Still playing games. Still playing games. Benjamin, we're looking at a short right now, a potential short on Bitcoin. I would take it to 87, yeah, if I could, but maybe I would take partial profits at like 89k as the short plays out, and 88k as well. You could take partial profits at like 30% of the position. You could take partial profits at like 89, and then take another 30% at like 88. And then take the rest of the profits at 87. Oh, looks like we're getting a green candle here. Can we get back to the top side here? I don't know, it's kind of looking weak sauce. Lower highs, another potential lower high here. See what that oscillator is looking like with the RSI. RSI still about like 57. And the MACD selling pressure is steadily increasing here. I kind of want to chase the trade. I'm looking for, if we can get up to like 89,900 again, I might just chase the trade on the short. Thank you, Hugh 2004, for following me here on TikTok. CO, we are looking at the 5-minute time frame here. See that 5 minutes right here? We're looking at 5-minute candles here on Bitcoin. Trying to see if it might be time to get into a short here on Bitcoin. Maybe make some money if Bitcoin goes back to 88K or 87K. We can make some money on the way down over the next hour or two. About 2 more minutes left for this 5-minute candle to close. It's looking weak. It's looking like it wants to break down. Just looking at this this bull flag that we're forming right here. Like I said, I want to short the highs. I want to short like near the top side of this bull flag. I want to short like, you know, this downtrend line here. I want to short near there. But if we start going down like this, I'll have to chase the trade. So let's see what we're doing here. Oh, we got a little bit of green now. Oh, okay. Somebody's trying to buy right now. So the bulls, you know, they're still thinking we're going to go to higher prices. They're trying to buy near this uptrend that we have right here, this uptrend line, or at least, you know, the smart ones. They're trying to buy right here. They're probably putting their stop loss somewhere tight, maybe like down here, 89,400. But yeah, if you're a bull, you're trying to buy right now, hoping that this thing breaks out to the upside. With me thinking about shorting it, I'm waiting for we get back up to the top of this triangle here, top of this symmetrical triangle, pennant, whatever you want to call it. I'm waiting for us to get back up to here again. And I still have a Zcash long, so if this thing does play out to the upside, I'll make more money on my Zcash long. The 1 in 3 minutes have turned red, is what CEO is saying. See, 1 minute time frame. This is what it looks like on the 1 minute time frame. And by 1 minute, 3 minute turn red, what do you mean by that? Are you talking about like the candles? The candles are turning red? So we're now looking at this on the 1 minute time frame. Every candle now represents 1 minute. Yeah, so like I said, if I was trying to enter a long, I would be buying right here, right now, because like you could still make money even if it goes over here, and then you could close out your long and flip it into a short, short it down here. But yeah, oh, okay, the bulls are stepping in. Are we trying to push me up to higher prices so I can get filled on my short, please? You see this 21 EMA on the 1 minute time frame is acting like resistance here. Can we get above this white line here in the 21 EMA? 1 minute time frame. See that 21 EMA, you got rejected right there on the 1 minute time frame. Come on, bulls, you can do it. I'm trying to get filled on my short. But yeah, it was pretty cool to see Bitcoin hit 90K earlier today. Like literally when I first started this live stream about a couple hours ago. I still gotta go to the gym and get some gains in the gym today. But yeah, earlier today I had a long on Bitcoin. I actually sold at 89K. Not knowing that it was gonna go to 90K. But it did. But I was able to still stay long on Zcash in the meantime. So if we continue going to higher prices, and yeah, my Zcash long will play out some more. We're looking at trying to get into a short now on Bitcoin if we can, because we are making lower highs here. A bull flag, the bulls will call it a bull flag. But the bull flag could break down to the downside. You just don't know. This could be it for this afternoon as far as like the highest prices we'll see for Bitcoin today. And if that's the case, I want to get in on a short. 89,860. We are pushing up. I think I was going to try to chase this. If we get up to 89,900, I'm going to try to engage that short. They might do a fake out. Yeah, that's always a possibility too. Yeah, they could probably. I mean, this could come down to this 100 moving average on the 1 minute time frame. Go down to like 89,500, and then come right back up again. Got to be open to all possibilities here. We could just frustrate the crap out of everybody and just go sideways at 89,800 for like the next hour. And it's like, whoa, what are we doing? We're watching paint dry over here? Feel like that'd be more entertaining. Alright, so zoom back in. We're now pushing up. Come on, bulls. Come on, you can do it. I'm trying to get filled for my short. Alright, 89,870. Just hanging out here, just hanging around, not doing much. 89,878. Price action is just kind of boring as of now. Come on, you can do it. I see Steve Hickey's in the chat here on YouTube. Yeah, Steve, I actually sold Bitcoin at 89K, not knowing I was going to go to 90K, but you know, can't get too greedy. And I still have a Zcash long as well that's in play. But right now I'm thinking about shorting Bitcoin, just from what I've seen on the charts right now. 89,882. I think I might take. I'm gonna try to enter the short at 89,900. Once it hits that, oh, is that close enough? We're getting something here on the 1 minute time frame. Come on, that was weak. Let's get up to 900 there. There we go, much better. Oh, immediately gets sold off. Okay. What the hell is this? I wasn't able to get in at 89,900 for the short. Look at this. Immediately, someone clicked the sell. Someone was like, sell. They beat me to the punch. They were like, sell. Sell some more. Oh, okay. Okay. We're getting a nice violent candle here on the 1 minute. We're now seeing some price action here. Let's get back into the 5 minute time frame. Try to get the overall view here. So I was trying to short 89,900, but someone else beat me to the punch. Still making low highs on the 5 minute time frame. Let's see what the oscillator is looking like. Oh, on the 5 minute time frame, MACD is showing selling pressures dying off. Don't give the bulls hope, because they'll take it and they'll run with it if you let them. Right now, the bulls are feeling pretty good and pretty cocky right now, making money today. See, the thing about the MACD though, it's not a foolproof thing, and you're kind of seeing that right now, where you know, selling pressure was starting to die down, but look, selling pressure could start increasing again. Same thing with buying pressure, right? Buying pressure could be dying off, but then it starts increasing again. So not really a foolproof method. That's why you can't really rely on one indicator, but it kind of gives you a direction, especially if it continues dying off, then you know, like, oh, okay, now we're getting some selling pressure. Jeez, am I gonna get 89,900? I should probably just sell for 89,800, right? As we continue selling, and not really seeing the bulls step up to the plate right now. Looks like the bulls are starting to take their profits. We got this little bull flag here. I told you I was going to stick around to see if this thing's going to break out to the upside or the downside here. But man, come on. I got some things I need to do today besides this. I want to get into the trade and then watch it later. 89,805? Should I chase it? Is this the best price I'll be able to get for a short? For a short entry? Yeah, this is what it looks like on a 5-minute time frame. Let's see, 15-minute time frame, it kind of looks like this for a bull flag. And on the 1 hour, that's all it looks like on the 1 hour. Let's get back into the 5-minute time frame. I think this is good enough here for a price, guys. I think I'm going to try to enter the short. I think that's as good as it's going to get for me. So I have open order here. My sell short on Bitcoin. I'm going to have to chase this. And chasing, it keeps everything the same, but it's just going to try to get you at the price that it's at right now. So I'm going to chase that short. And I got filled at 89,842 on the short. I got a 50x short now on Bitcoin. And I have to readjust the stop loss because I don't like losing more than $20 on my stop losses here. So right now, if I kept it at 90,450, I'll lose 37 bucks. That's not good for me. I think 90,250 is probably better for now. And let me just double check what that looks like on the chart here. With me shorting Bitcoin at 89K, stop loss at 90,250 puts me above those candles, above these candles here on the 5-minute time frame. So that seems acceptable. I mean, Bitcoin would basically have to get towards the highs of the day one more time in order for me to get stopped out. And if I get stopped out, I'll lose 22%. And with the margin that I got in there, I'll lose about $24, almost $25 if I get stopped out on the short. I'm taking the short all the way down to 87K, but I'll probably take partial profits at like 88K and probably 89K as well. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I gotta start figuring this out now. To the downside, right? Let's look at the 50-minute time frame, see what the moving averages are at. So I could, in this short right now, take it down to that 21 EMA at 88,480 as a take profit. That's an idea. 200 moving average, I could also take it down there too. On the 15-minute time frame at 87,650. Let's try to do a Fibonacci on this. I can just see what Fibonacci levels I could try to take it down to. So probably at the golden pocket. So I probably take partial profits at like 89K and take more partial profit at 88,500, and then more partial profit at 88,000. So maybe I just do $500 increments on the short if it plays out that way. Oh, look at this. I go short, and now Bitcoin wants to go up a little bit more. Interesting. Guerrero wants to know my thoughts on SHX. And Tristan says EMAs are flipping bullish on Bitcoin. On what time frame are they flipping bullish again? Let's look at the SHX real quick here. Stronghold? Stronghold coin, is that what you're looking for? Let's get into the daily time frame. See what the hell? This thing's up 23% today. It's currently trading at a little bit above a penny. But damn, this thing had a pretty brutal past 3 months here. You topped out in August. Back here at 3.5 cents roughly. And now you're at a penny? Jesus Christ. Like almost like a 60-70% drop. Basically did a round trip back to like where you were trading at in July. And you bottom out on Friday, like a lot of other coins did. So you're cashing the bids here. What's nice to see on the daily time frame, you got above the 21 EMA. You did that today at that white line there at 0.009 pennies. And you don't have much resistance until probably you get up to like right over here at about 0.0135 pennies. And then you'll probably see some more resistance at the 200-day moving average at a penny and a half. Steve Hickey's like, do it, bro. Let's go back into Bitcoin again. 5-minute time frame, please, and let's reset the chart. And yeah, all right. So there we go. What are we gonna do here, Bitcoin? Are we gonna break out to the upside? Are we gonna break out to the downside, or are we just gonna be frustrating the crap out of the bulls and the bears and just go sideways? Some more. We're all trying to figure that out right now. SKS wants to look at NAM coin. It hit 13x and dropped down. 13x? What? You mean $13? If it did a 13x in one day, then damn. That is insane if it did do that. NAM, USD, looks like I find that on KuCoin here. Alright, yeah, NAM is, I believe this is the coin you want me to look at. It's up 48% today. Wait, what? What is this nonsense? You're really serious? So it did do a 13x? This thing went up to like a penny and a half, and now it's back down to 0.002 pennies? Okay, I think I see what you mean. It actually did a 13x. That's crazy. So that's insane. But it's only on one exchange. You can't find this on any other exchange. How is this going to help anybody else? Unless they're trading on KuCoin. That's the only exchange I could find this coin on. So that's like a scam wick, right? But it seems like this thing has done that crazy ass price action before. It did the same thing back here in April. Did the same thing back here in May. And that just means there's not enough liquidity in this coin. And that makes sense because it's only on one exchange. So someone put a big buy order in. And then the sellers came in like, oh, you want to sell it to me for a penny and a half? I'll take that. You want to sell it to me for a penny? I'll take that. But this thing actually belongs where it belongs. It belongs right where it's at right now. Slightly above the 200-day moving average. At like a little bit above, a little bit above 2 pennies is where it should be at. Yeah, the 200-day moving average is at 0.0018 pennies. So, you know, the beginning of something good here, possibly, if you can stay above the 200-day moving average. Steve Hickey asked me what's my favorite exchange. Now you want me to play favorites now? I've been on Coinbase for the longest time, but I'm not sure if I would say it's my favorite. They do charge you pretty good on fees. I would have to say MEXC exchange, and I have a link to join, you know, both Coinbase and MEXC exchange. I never had problems with Coinbase. I do trust them. MEXC exchange is where I trade the futures at, and I can also trade on Coinbase future contracts. But MEXC, one reason why I like MEXC is because all these futures I could trade. I could trade Ethereum, Solana, Zcash, Sui, Aster for free. See that? 0 fees. I could trade Dogecoin, Fartcoin, BNB, ICP, Dash, AVAX, CoAI, Pepe, Aptos, all this for free. They don't charge you because they want you to trade on their exchange. They want that volume. You know, they'll make money if you trade Bitcoin. If you know trade Bitcoin futures, then yeah, they're gonna charge you. But yeah, I like MEXC exchange because not only do they have some of the lowest fees out of all the cryptocurrency exchanges out there, but they get some of the newest coins when they first come out too. So let's get into this chart here. Where are we starting to play out here? On my short, looks like yeah, we're still making lower highs on a 5-minute time frame here on Bitcoin. You're welcome, Steve. Yeah, you know, Coinbase good. Kraken is also another good American exchange. I got links for the referrals if you want you know, join and get a referral bonus. You should check out. I believe I have the referral code in this the live stream that you're watching right now. If not, you could always message me on Discord or Twitter. You know, I'm on here on Twitter, guys. You can find the Meet Damien Twitter. Don't forget to follow me here on Twitter if you can, and you can send me a message, and I can send you the links to get the referral bonuses. Like I have a referral bonus here for TradingView, and I can give you some for like MEXC and Kraken and Coinbase as well. So you can make money and I can make money, right? On the referral bonuses. David says, you don't think, what was that, Texas allows MEXC exchange? You can get around that with a VPN. So if that's the case, you would have to use a VPN if you want to use the MEXC exchange. And you know, you can still report your you know, your transactions to the IRS. IRS doesn't really care where you do your trading at, as long as you report your income to them. They just want your money. Whatever profits you make. But if you need to get around it, you can use a VPN to get around that. Yeah. Oh wow, that's crazy, David. That's unfortunate if they did that to you. You could be losing a potential good customer, you know, whatever. Just because of stupid rules and regulations. Alright, let's see what Bitcoin is doing on the 5-minute time frame. It looks like it's trying to catch some bids here. One last time, 89,900. Are we going to make another lower high? Are we going to break out? Uh-oh. Looks like we're trying to break out. $90,000 Bitcoin all over again. So now I have to readjust and draw the line here now. So like, I thought it was this. Or we're gonna have to do this now. See, this is why I don't really like trading patterns, especially on short time frames here, because then you have to redraw the lines all over again, right? Depending upon what the price does. But you get the general idea. It is flagging, it is bullishly consolidating until it breaks down to the downside, and then it's no longer bullishly consolidating. But if it's bullishly consolidating and it breaks out to the upside, then yeah, it was bullishly consolidating and then it broke out to the upside. Here we are on the 5-minute time frame. We're still hanging out. Back below 90K now. Well, I'm not sure how much longer I can stay on this live stream, guys. I thought we were going to break out, but this thing is not doing... Bitcoin's not doing the thing. It's still consolidating here. And I'm going to end the live stream. I'm going to end the live stream soon. We'll listen to some music on the way out. And we'll plan on... I'm not going live tomorrow. It's Thanksgiving dinner. I think you guys should go enjoy Thanksgiving with your families. But I'm going to try to make a couple of TikToks and YouTube shorts. Talking about, you know, we'll talk about the price action with Zcash, where I think it could go next, and then I'll probably do like a short on how to trade on MEXC exchange for those who are interested in trading on that exchange. I'll do a little tutorial video for a YouTube short here. Yeah, that is a bull flag on Bitcoin, but you know, if it breaks down to the downside, it's going to break down to the downside, and this might be the end of the rally for this afternoon here on Bitcoin. But if Bitcoin wants to continue going to higher prices, that's cool, because I have a Bitcoin long. And the other thing I could do is, if I want to, you know, I could actually flip my short into a long on Bitcoin, right? Like I'm trying to short it at 89,900 or whatever. 89,842 is where I got in at. But if I want to, I could just flip it and reverse it and turn it into a long. So I like having options, and that's what MEXC does. And it's one of the reasons why, another reason why I like MEXC exchange. I can do that on the fly. You can't really do that on Coinbase. It's a lot of work to go from a short to a long. They don't really make it as easy as clicking a button here. And another thing I like about MEXC exchange is you can click and drag your order. Like if I want to move my take profit, right, on my short, I have to zoom out a little bit more. But if I want to move my take profit, I could do that like by clicking and dragging it. I want 87K though on the take profit. And you can also click and drag your stop loss too, make it easy. It's so easy and intuitive on MEXC. I love it. Just another reason why I like it. Alright guys, but that's going to be it for this live stream. We'll plan on going live same time on Friday, 12 to 2 p.m. Eastern time. Take care and good luck trading in whatever asset you get into. Take care, guys.